Josh Onwordi in the black with red trim, taking on Harry Davies in the black with white and red trim. Referee Leon Roberts just clearing up a little bit of moisture, I believe it was, on the cage floor. Touch of gloves, and we are underway.
Davies doing some serious pacing back and forth in this corner at the start. This one tries the spinning kick, and Onwordi counters with the body lock nicely, going to the single leg now, having to defend the neck.
Right in the corner of Davies here.
Yeah, Onwordi doing a good job of passing the guard there. He's going far side Kimura maybe, well, steps straight over to mount. And he's
got the arm pinned as well, had the arm pinned rather.
Could take the back as well. Heavy shots from this side ride position. This is not where Harry Davies wanted to be with less than a minute gone.
Yeah, strong start from Onwordi.
Trying to get that second hook in. He's in a perfect position to do it. Bit of a chair sit here. There we go. Immediately looking to go high up on the neck. And, you know, they're not slippery yet. This is so early in the fight. There's a lot of time for Onwordi to work a very dominant position.
And I'm sure Wardie was just having Vietnam flashbacks there when the referee warned him for striking in the back of the head.
Yeah, he doesn't have to rush here. You know, he can focus on hand fighting, maintaining position. I love that he's working strikes in off the pin and punch. Comes up well on top here.
Davies trying to tuck the head. And there's a lot of time left in this round for Josh Onwordi.
I like that wrist control. Just immediately going to that single arm choke. It's always a fight for the second hand though. It's not really that first arm going around the neck you have to worry about all that much. It's fighting who can get hands to the second arm quickly. Not to say you can't one-arm choke people, of course you can, but you know, it's just that little bit harder. And Onwordi with some good back maintenance here, coming back on top.
Looking very strong early on is Onwordi, trying to punch around the guard of Davies there. Davies forced to defend for the first 2.5 minutes of this contest.
Yeah, what he was doing there was trying to... Oh, he's turned out of this. Good work from Davies.
Stuff.
Really calm and composed from him. That was a tough spot.
Right in front of us at the broadcast position. And let's see what Davies can do in the remainder of this round. 2.5 minutes left to play with.
He's staying tight. He's got to watch that right arm, and Wardie is looking to attack it. And he's got great leg position to do this. You see him trying to straighten that arm out in defense, does so, but he gives up the hip bump sweep. What a classic combination that is. That's Jiu-Jitsu 101 from Onwordi.
Davies trying to come out the back door there. He's not going to be able to.
Yeah, again, Davies is trying to... He's got to sort of straighten a leg here. See, he's trying to straighten that right leg to clear that right hook. Much easier said than done, though.
A very mature performance from the 26-year-old Onwordi here. He really is picking those strikes from that back position.
Yeah, he's staying very, very calm as well. That cross wrist control he's going to now. You know, it really is kind of the meta game of jiu-jitsu back control lately. There's a lot of cross control with the wrists. And he's staying very heavy on the hips. This is a rough first round for Harry Davies.
Yeah, Wardie making it very unpleasant for him here.
Yeah, none of these are fight-ending shots, but they're certainly racking up points. Onwordi again finding his way to the back, and there's a cut on Davies now.
Back to the dry cleaners Monday morning, Josh.
As long as it's on you and not me.
Don't grab the shorts, don't grab the shorts.
Well, Davies sworn there for grabbing the shorts.
Well, Davies looking to use this single leg himself, try and switch off to the double maybe. Again, we're getting wrist control and short shots from Onwordi.
Wardie trying to get out of this position here, and he's going to take the back.
Yeah, Davies knew when he went over the top there. You saw him shake his head. He knew he'd given up the shot to the back position, and this is first arm in. Well, it turns out it's his fourth time with the back for Josh Onwordi now in this round. And it's going to be a moral victory for Harry Davies surviving, but
Davies completely nonplussed there.
There's not a lot going in his favour in this round. You really could argue a 10-8.
And Wardie just hammering away at the end of that round, looking to do a bit more damage. Davies just doesn't care. Walk in the park.
Oh, he is game for this one.
And let's see what our cutman has to do here. It doesn't look like an incredibly bad cut, but it's not a great position.
It's nicely on the outside, so it should keep the blood away from his eye. But this was really the story, you know, beautiful pinning and punching, good movement and transition from Onwordi. Stayed very well attached most of the time. Oh yeah, and you saw it open up immediately from that shot from that kind of rear turtle position.
Yeah, great shot from the camera crew here at Cage Warriors.
So it's going to be interesting to see what the game plan for Davies is here, because you saw at the end of that round he looked to connect, and he got pretty well shut down by Onwordi. So, you know, is he going to try and wrestle again? Because Onwordi is really getting the better of every one of those exchanges at the moment.
Cutman looked to have stopped the bleeding completely there between rounds. Great job on that. And let's see if it becomes a factor as we head into the second frame.
And we get another one of those shots up on it, may well open up again quite quickly.
Davies staying light on his toes.
Yeah, and Wardie feinting for the takedown here. Baseball punch.
Put your fingers away, Harry. Put your fingers away. Don't extend your fingers.
Nice clean shot there from Wardie. Davies trying to find a way in.
Oh, that jab 3 times in a row now, straight down the middle. It's interesting, he didn't set that up with anything. He's managed to stay connected, but that would have been a little bit dangerous for him.
Over in Wardie's corner now, and it's Davies looking to get something going against the cage.
Yeah, you just see the power of Onwordi. Get back to the over-under position and reverse, and immediately picks that ankle out. In half guard now, you see long-time UK BJJ black belt Michael Russell in the corner there, Onwordi's coach, talking him through these transitions as he moves pretty effortlessly to side control again.
And it's going to come down to the defensive grappling abilities of Harry Davies again here. And again, it's Onwordi in a strong position with a lot of time on the clock.
Yeah, you know, that left arm of Davies all the way up around the head there. It's not a good position for him. He's going to ghost escape here, or at least he's going to try. But he's now got both arms stuck on the outside. It's just not good fundamental positioning for him. Fights one back. You see, he's got to use that underhook on the right side. He's got to be swinging the legs in a huge pendulum arc. You know, you stretch the legs out, they're a big heavy lever that you use to create that swinging momentum.
Takes the back, does Onwordi, and this is a bad spot for Davies here.
Yeah, he's got a good arch here. You see the hips coming in straight through the spine. We've seen Davies can defend this, but, you know, this is going to really wear him down.
As you say, Josh, never been stopped as an amateur or a professional. Should Joshua Wardie be the first man to break that streak here tonight?
It looked like Davies was having a conversation with Onwordi's corner. But again, he's having to fight the hands here. And we've seen Onwordi's great at mixing in the strikes from the back here, again going to the right side where that cut is.
Davies looking to turn into his man here.
He might be able to squeak out here, and Wardy's going to have to get the hips up and around. That left grip through to the wrist is helping him here a lot.
There's definitely a little conversation going on over there.
Yeah, Davies trying to arch back into Onwordi, trying to limit some of the hand fighting he can do. And Wardie's probably going to retake the back from here. There we go. First leg over. He's going to chair sit backwards again. Oh, here we go. Hips coming in, and that's a horrible position for Davies. Exactly as his corner asked for. Flatten him out. Bucks to mount. I like the urgency from Davies to immediately try and get out of the position, but he's not protecting the hooks in the transition, and Wardie's just able to go straight back to that back mount.
Big shots from Onwordi there. Davies taking them cleanly though.
Yeah, when Davies turns and turtles like that, he's got to take one hand and get it down to his hip to block at least one hook. And that's how he stops the transition. I have a feeling you're going to see it again in a second here. He's going to bridge and bump and turn over. There we go, but you see immediately doesn't bring that right hand down and block that bottom hook. And it just allows Onwordi to immediately take the back again.
Davies just not stopping, changing positions here, but Onwordi could well be on his way to a 10-8 round, Josh.
Second 10-8 round, you could easily argue as well. So, I mean, how tough is Harry Davies?
Final 10 seconds of the second round. Onwordi just taking a breather.
Davies is smiling again at the corner. I mean, you know, it's good for him to stay in the fight mentally, but, you know, he's going to need to stop, undoubtedly, going into this third round.
Onwordi just giving a thumbs up to someone in the crowd there, I believe. The fans of Harry Davies obviously not massively enthralled with the action thus far. Let's take a look back at some of it though.
Strong pick of the leg from Onwordi, and at this point, you know, it was just continuous maintenance between the back and the mount. Did a really good job of staying attached, hand fighting constantly, and you know, the lesson here is just the ground and pound constantly. You know, always throwing shots in, always making Harry Davies move. But this was just the flaw in Davies' escapes. You know, just couldn't shake that back control. Was never able to split one hook off in the transition.
Harry Davies not looking like he could only receiving end of two 10-8 rounds. If Onwordi thought that he was going to break his man mentally, he's certainly sorely mistaken.
I think, you know, I think he could do another 5 minutes like that, and Harry Davies would still be smiling at him.
Are you ready? You ready? Bring it on.
Touch of gloves, nice show of respect there.
Now, Wardie had a lot of success with the jab. There we go. The start of the second, and again now.
Davies trying to punch his way in there.
I mean, I just don't see what he's going to do if he manages to connect with any kind of clinch. So these kind of big looping outside punches and hooks and baseball punches, got to be something to think about.
Yeah, it's got to be a knockout here for Davies, surely now. He's not been competitive on the ground with Josh Onwordi. His defensive work's been incredible. He's survived some bad spots, and his toughness is obviously off the charts, but he's not going to win this fight on the ground.
No, he's not really had an ounce of offense on the ground, it has to be said.
Davies' corner telling him to move his head.
I think that's the game plan for him at this point, is keep the range and try and land a big shot.
Look for a little spinning back kick there.
Yeah, snap front kick. Oh, he's trying to lure him into a bit of a firefight here.
Oh, nice knee from Davies there. That's certainly given Onwordi something to think about.
It was the pause. I just expected something brutal at that point. Didn't quite connect that substantially in the end, but just a load up was something to think about.
I believe that was an eye poke.
Accidental for sure.
Constantly, okay? It's not any of this. I'm seeing those fingers go there. No. It's not a discussion, it's an instruction. All right? Those fingers aren't going here, they're going there. I can't have that.
Yeah, very clearly parrying out with the fingers there, and a needed last warning from Leon Roberts.
I did like Leon's line there. It's not a discussion. Well, he said it's not an instruction, it was a discussion. Not a discussion, it's an instruction. I remember that one. You know, he actually spoke to Davies between rounds about it as well, so, you know, he really has been as lenient as he could possibly be there. Looking for that big overhand shot. Dirty boxing from Davies.
He couldn't get a hand over to get a frame on the face to force the break. This is what he doesn't want. He doesn't want Onwordi connected to him right now.
Davies trying to free that left arm, but he goes for the body lock there.
Don't extend your fingers to that cage.
Yeah, it's just time is not his friend right now. You know, he's got half the round left. Unless he can put Wardie on the ground and land some serious ground and pound from the top position.
Wardie taking that dominant position, takes a knee to the body for it though.
Yeah, good knees, I think, from Wardie coming in here.
Wardie looking for that takedown with Davies with a very, very wide base, able to defend there.
He is, but there's a lot of forward pressure from Onwordi trying to pin him back against the cage here. He's got to be careful throwing that knee up because it's going to get picked off. We already saw Onwordi use that single leg pick.
Davies practically doing the splits there.
He needs to, with how much forward pressure and connection Onwordi has.
Gets the takedown finally and steps straight through into mount, does Onwordi. And this is a bad spot for Davies, looking for the sweep though.
Yeah, it's a big bridge to try and reverse there, but Wardy's base just too wide. Oh, he's going to pin and punch on the arm.
Davies looking to find a way out the back door. Onwordi's very high on the back.
Yeah, it's just Davies doesn't block those hooks in the transition. And he had a lot of chance to there, and fighting that choking hand really well. I mean, you know, Davies' back defense in blocking the choke, you can't really fault, but, you know, he could avoid this position entirely.
Onwordi punching away from this back position. Davies turns into him. Oh, just doesn't make it.
Yeah, again, single hook here. See if he can flatten out with a body triangle maybe, or just sitting down into a technical mount here. See, he's just floating the hips really well. He's got to be wondering what he has to do to finish Harry Davies at this point.
Well, no one's managed it yet. Onwordi's got 26 seconds to try and be the first. Big elbow from Onwordi.
Oh, these are better.
Big shots from the London boy. Onwordi looking for the big finish. 12 seconds on the clock.
Davies turns back in.
Push the back, that's good, that's fine.
What a show of heart. A lot of blood, though.
Onwordi looking for the big finish. It didn't come.
It's not for lack of trying, though. Blimey.
My goodness, how tough is Harry Davies? What a man.
I think we're going to see some pretty wide scorecards here.
You know, as impressive as Onwordi was, especially early in the contest, you know, the toughness of Davies has to be complimented as well, as we see Onwordi with a beautiful takedown there.
Yeah, he cut the angle really nicely, and this was the story of the whole fight, to be quite honest. Positional maintenance and a lot of ground and pound from Onwordi. This was actually one of the closest he came to getting that choking arm in, and this is the first time we saw him use elbows. And what Davies did well was turn away quickly and try and scramble, but he just never was able to escape the onslaught. Onwordi, you see, not giving him a second.
And this is the closing shot of the contest. Little exclamation point put on it there from Onwordi. Perhaps a little bit frustrated that he couldn't get the finish there, but can't take anything away from either of these two men.
Josh, turn to the cage.
And the result shouldn't be in doubt, but we will throw it to our MC in the cage, Mr. Al Chaplin, to make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of mixed martial arts action, we go to your judges' scorecards. Your judges have scored this bout 30-24, 30-25, and 30-25 in favor of your winner by way of unanimous decision. In the blue corner, Joshua and Wardie.
A big win for Josh Onwordi there, and a nice show of respect from Harry Davies there, raising his opponent's arm.